Good morning, everyone. Welcome again to our Innovation Summit in Seoul. My name is YIN Zheng. I lead East Asia and China operation at Schneider Electric. Now, so what I try to see is we have two challenging we are facing as humankind. One is how we deal with the climate change. And second, we still would like to have much advanced manufacturing, much better life. So again, in the end of the day, we would like to have great life, great society, great industry, a lot of employment, but we would like to have smaller carbon footprint. Now, here we go. We know we want to get to the 1.5 degree by 2050. So we are now 2023. Now with the current efforts, we're probably not going to get there. We're probably going to have 3 degrees. That will be too much. That will be irreversible impact for the Earth to adjust. So we actually need to act 3 times more than we would have been doing. So 3 times faster, 3 times more efforts, so that we need to, based on do more than 10 to 15 trillion tons of reduction every year for the CO2. That's what we have to do together. Now, here's where we see the new electrical world we have to embrace, and that's where we would be able to be more digital, more electrical, more sustainable, and more efficient. So let me go through that. Now, more digital, I think Yongking KI have been also talking about, we have now all the technology ready. We have so much technology from the data acquisition, from the cloud computing, and from all those artificial intelligence. What we could do is to make invisible visible, where you can see through the data, you can see all the energy flow end to end from the whole energy system, where it comes from, where it goes to, and how to utilize. You can collect, analyze, and inform, and finally, you can act upon that, and then close the loop, how we look at making all those decisions where we can make us more efficient and make us more sustainable. So that's the power of the digital. Now, with that, I think here also, in his slides, show that now Schneider, over time, we have EcoStruxure as our solution, and with that, we have, build up a full suite of software capability where you could do from the design to build, to operate, to maintenance. So you close the loop, the full life cycle, so that you get a digital twin, so you get the data throughout full life cycle of the processes or through the full life cycle of your equipment or your assets. And then you would make all those operation and all those assets performance much better, and of course that's a higher return on investment. Now with that, of course, the foundation is all those smart, intelligent devices and equipment, so that they will provide data to the analytical layer. So on the other hand, all those analytical layer also will make those intelligent device, again, much more efficient and much more powerful. That's where the software will be the core as a digital sort of driver behind all those change. Onto the electrical, that's the same thing. We want to electrify, because electrification bring much better efficiency. But that's not only on the supply side, but more important is on the demand side. You see that in the sort of later part of the bar, you see the green bar. So that's from the primary source to final usage, the electrified usage of the power, the energy was 3 or 5 times more efficient than the fossil fuel. That's with almost 95% of efficient. That's where the first thing, that's why we need to electrify our society, our operation. I think right now probably 18–19% of our total energy usage has been electrified. I think by 2050, we're probably going to go to more than 50%, close to 60%. That's a big change. Of course, again, this is very important. We start with the demand side, the electrical vehicle, electrical heat pump, for instance, like in the winter. But at the same time, we also need to make the source of the energy more sustainable, or the renewable, or the clean energy. That's where, then through the digital, you bring a electrified world more sustainable, more efficient. Now, here, of course, we come to sustainability. Again, sustainability is not only about carbon footprint. That's more than that. That's also the overall impact that towards the whole environment. So we want to, again, make our footprint, our impact to whole environment, whole ecosystem, much smaller. Now, we have a few examples. So you probably would know there is a gas called SF6, which is using that gas as insulation in a lot of our medium voltage switchgear and so on and so forth. Now, the problem of this gas is this is actually thousands times more impactful as a greenhouse than CO2. So we have new innovation at Schneider. We use air, the dry air, that's the air we breathe, as the insulation to replace SF6. So we call it SF6 free. So that's a dramatic sort of reducing the impact of greenhouse. So that's super important where the innovation, the technology can help us to have that answer. The same is on the green premium. 75% of our Schneider products are using much less environmental impactful materials, including packagings and so on and so forth. Again, want to reducing the footprint on the environment. Also come to the circularity. We would like to, at the end of the product cycle, and find a way, find a solution so that we can reuse all those things so that we have a more circular, again, a more efficient, less wasteful society and operation. We have actually my office in Singapore, we have our East Asia headquarters. We use that as a living library, living laboratory, so that we can test all those solutions. It's a 26-year-old building. Our objective is to be 100% carbon neutral. So we would use 100% renewable, and we will put all our devices, link it, and with intelligence on top of it. Of course, we also have space management. So since 2017, we have reduced almost 50% of the energy use over time. So that's a lot of things we can do. Actually, at the Schneider, all our office building and plants, we deploy those technology, and we try to be also using this technology, and we want to also be the proof points that those technology actually can be useful for sustainability. And by the way, again, it's not only about sustainability. If you would be able to do that, you actually improve your management. This is a huge amount of benefits because think about it. How you start to reduce energy? You start with all your process, your management. It's a great lever to have super great management, whether it's operation or office management and so on and so forth. Now, finally, we talk about efficient. So again, we talk about all those technology we could use. We have all the capability to electrify our society, our operation, and we want to achieve the sustainability. So we give you that answer, the case that we work with Willow Pump. So what they do, together we help them, is they will provide to the end user in Indonesia a dewatering system to avoid the flooding events. So we offer connected device. On top of, we have Aviva software so that make the whole system very, very intelligent, but super, super efficient. Now, what that brings, of course, first is reducing 20% of energy from an end user perspective, but also reduce 25% of the downtime because the equipment, device, all those system is much more, you get preventive and much better maintained. And also, it's a big reduction of the labor because each site, you only need one person, one operator to operate that. So that's a huge amount of efficiency. But on the end, for Willow, that's also much smaller efforts for engineering. That's reduced time, become more efficient, and so on and so forth. Again, the technology together with the intelligent connected device, together with the software to build all those incredible capability to bring efficiency and also bring profitability as well. So again, we say we got two major challenge or opportunity we have. We would like to have a much better society, much more advanced manufacturing, a lot of employment, but we would like to have a very, very small carbon footprint on the Earth. So here we go. We would like to embrace the new electrical economy, more digital, more electrical, more sustainable, and more efficient. And here, Schneider Electric would like to work all of you together to achieve that, bring those solutions to the society, to the industry, to the data center, to the building, to the infrastructure. And we together act now, and we can deliver a much better and much sustainable future. Thank you very much.